I'm just looking at this poster here, folks, right? Because David's going to be doing this soon.
The BNBF, Northern Ireland show, the British National Bodybuilding Federation in June the 25th. It is.
Theatre at
Theatre Mill, is it? No.
Newton Abbey.
Newton Abbey. It's a nice wee place, nice setup.
That area.
So if you're looking at tickets around, go online, buy tickets there. If you're a competitor thinking about it, still 5 weeks, get signed up. It's going to be a cracker show, and we are Dow 87, I believe he is. He's doing a guest appearance on it. So it is going to be the guest show, posing and all that. 87.
She's 7.
World champion also he is.
Brilliant. No, it's just I saw the poster, right? So hubby and I were watching TV last night, and we started watching the documentary on Sally Killer, about the bodybuilder in America, Sally McNeil.
Oh wow, yes,
and
yes,
how
yes.
she was
Netflix?
Yeah. Gee, she was ripped, and her fella, like, Ray, wasn't Ray Rubin? No, I'm not going to say I watched the entire show because I did conk out. We think that some of our stuff here on that we've been doing is really cheesy and really naff, but these people actually put out VHSs of wrestling and really bad acting, but they got a crap load of followers, so
you see, there's
I don't feel as bad.
There's people actually paying her to wrestle with them, so
oh yeah.
I was like, what?
But apparently it was staged, and I'm like going, I don't know if it was all staged.
Staged? There's one guy here
Purple.
Out,
So, but the funny one was when she said like people have been approaching her to do it. She goes, why? You think, well, like I can do it. So she set up the first one, and it was outside in the snow, and I couldn't even run. She couldn't even run after me. She's just like going deep into the snow. But like he was running away, fully clothed, and she was in like her posing gear with these big boots on. It was interesting. It just to see the competitiveness and how she would take risks and go down to Tijuana to get the steroids for the husband, and then she started taking them.
I think they were trying to sell them. They were selling them as well or something like that.
It could have been, but I'm sorry, I didn't watch all of the program. I need to go back and rewatch it. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. I was just like, and then how but like when women in particular, obviously I'm looking at it from a female perspective, when they first started doing the bodybuilding in the late 80s, if not early 90s, do not quote me on that. It's in around that period anyway. And the guys, the judges, like going to the big dude who's in the documentary. How do we judge this? And he goes, just pick out the one that looks the best tone, best shape. There was no rhyme or reason for who won it in that particular era. But then the lady was on. The lady who won is it Miss Universe, and you got Miss Universe. So Artie won it. How many times did he win it?
Artie Universe. I know he won it.
Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia, I think 7 times.
7 times. Well, she won it 8. Not that she's bragging, but they were talking about even then the price difference. Like I don't know about bodybuilding here in Northern Ireland, amateur, or is it only pro you get paid in?
You only get paid in pro. Mr. Olympia, I think this year got paid was 300,000.
What did Mrs. or Miss or Mrs.
I think I was actually watching a podcast the other day about this. They only get paid like a quarter of that.
That's ridiculous, and this is probably where the conversation is.
But this is where the big thing is. This is where the kickoff is. They'll be saying like it should be more prize money for even like the lowers, like classic physique and stuff and all. They should be getting paid more money. I think Chris Bumstead, he was it 50,000 or something. He only gets or something for winning it.
Because like I was listening to an audiobook of one of the lady soccer players, not football, soccer, in America, for the American squad, and they said that they have won more big tournaments and more championships and more like World Cups than the men have, and they get like kicked out pretty early compared to them because they went on to win consecutively or so on and so forth, and they still don't get nearly half what they get, but they train, but they have to subsidise it with other things, and I think.
Look at the women's England team. They won the European Cup last year, no?
Yeah.
I think they play better football than the men.
I just want to talk about the pay gap. Like it was something that came up in the bodybuilding, and it's very prevalent in sport for male and female, and I just don't quite get it because my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and niece, They travelled after the Northern Ireland football team this year in the Euros.
Yeah.
And they said that the crack was mighty and it was a really good experience. And like lots of people here in Northern Ireland were following the team and getting behind it. Why is that just for big tournaments? It should be always the case. Because these people are doing what everybody else is doing. They're not paid, they're not professionals, they're doing this in their own time and they're learning a skill and they've got just as much chance of doing well as the men's national team.
You know, but then why they should be getting paid the same as the men. You know, it's if not, I think sometimes you're watching the football on TV. I think they play better than the men. There's the more heart, more passion about it or something. It's something different. If you watch them, they're more into it.
Yeah, so that's an interesting topic. If anyone has any thoughts on the gender gap pay, shout it out. I just find it amusing because a lot of the influencers on social media, and I don't have the statistics, I don't have the data, but I would follow probably 80% female, and that's not necessarily just because they're female, it's just because some of the stuff I find more interesting and it relates more to me, so probably it is because they're female. But I don't know what your Instagram's like, but there's some people out there that they're kicking ass and they're females, they're not just males. But
my Instagram's mixed with females and males, with all the sports fitness side stuff. It's like a variety of stuff. I wouldn't say, you know, it's everything. Bodybuilding, it would be more the men's side. Fitness, and more like sort of the girls' side, just to get points and tips, you know, for more like stretching or mobility and stuff like that. There, they seem to be better. Where the men I follow, it's more just going in lifting weights and stuff like that there and all. So and again football, like I follow the England, Northern Ireland team, girls team and all. I'd follow them quicker more than I would follow the actual fellas teams. You know, because I find it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, it is a hard one to say. But again, I still think they should get paid the same as fellas. And any sport really, in any sport.
Or job, unless there's some sort of physical, anatomical reason why we can't. So we're talking about the pay gap. It does frustrate the life out of me because we work dead hard. Like we work as hard, and people go, "Oh, well, you've had kids, you've given up on your career, you've done this." It's not like we've lost our brain cells, we've lost our ability to do stuff, unless there's something dramatically happened. But I do find that the workforce look at the stereotypical, well, the woman's going to have a baby, she's going to go off, she's not going to come back.
It's all changing too. It's I've noticed a lot of men as well are doing a lot of stuff around the house as well. You know, enjoying that as well. Where it used to be, you wouldn't see a man pushing a pram.
Oh no, I love it.
You know,
I see them like pushing a pram.
It's mad. As soon as Cody was born, I was straight on. It's punch. Walking around. Setting stuff out in the shops and all. It's brilliant.
Isn't it? You just have this like literal carrier. It's brilliant.
The orange free. And the next video, I see your thing flung out to the sides, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what who's in there.
Yeah.
I thought this was shopping trolley.
Yeah, I have used my trolley as a shopping trolley with the kids in it, and you can't see them with food.
You see the wee eyes looking at you.
Well, I've like put a barrier, so it's not gonna like suffocate the running. It just sort of sits on their legs. It's changing in its time. It's sometimes for where we want to be. I think we need to speed up and stop thinking about old ways. And that's not just in how we treat other people, how we view other people, how we view the world in terms of acceptance for different things that are going on. I think equality is a big thing. Not going to get into it because that's very, very deep. But in saying that, I would like, I don't know what train of thought was going with that one.
She's tired today.
I'm very tired. But where was it going with that?
And then, what's this? I've seen you put a post up when your class done well.
Oh yes. So,
I see that there. That's pretty good.
One of my current clients and then one of my old clients, like, and I've got another client that I'm doing a little video thing with. So I've put together some questions, like a Q&A, for her to like show off what she's done and why she's done it, why she's consistently done it for well over a year now. Because whenever that particular client, I'm not going to give it away just yet, came to me, she was right, I need to lose X amount of pounds, want to feel a bit better, but I don't really think that she really thought that she would enjoy it and it would get to where she is with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think she surprised herself, and she's got really sexy looking arms now. So, and then the one who joined me at Christmas time, a bit hesitant during the challenge. It was just simply being a bit more mindful, doing more steps, taking more water, getting to sleep. Struggle with sleep for medical reasons, but we'll not go into that. It's private. And hummed and had whether she's going to do it. She's like, I don't have time for exercise. I'm not asking you to do exercise. I'm just asking you to keep a track of what you're doing for 30 days, 31 days.
And did she keep track? Or?
She did, yeah. She's got on it. Like, obviously,
Brilliant.
sleep was up and down with kids as well. But she's like, Elayne feels so much better. Worked with me in January. And to be fair, like, I put her through her paces online. And then she lost weight. And then she's continuing to do the programs back and forth. And it's just been phenomenal. Like, the inches are coming off. And, like, the recent client, I was like, what's different this time? Because she said to me, usually by this point of any program, I drop off, I get bored, or I get frustrated.
Right. So she's sticking on it then?
And I was like, what's changed? She goes, now's the time to change. Now is the time for me to get my head down and make the change, because I can't keep doing this. And that's the kind of person I want to work with. Somebody who's ready to make the change. Quick fixes are good for quick fixes, but you realise that they're not going to be long term. So if you understand that going into a fitness program and you want a quick fix for an event, but then you fail to follow through and continue on those good habits, then you're likely to, as we said last week, go back to where you were before or worse. So yeah, so the fact that that mindset's already shift for her.
Class.
And again, this lady has not been used to going to the gym and doing what I put her through.
Yeah.
Is she sore? Yes. But she does it every time, and she's improving each and every week. And I am
have you noticed the
absolutely
difference in her confidence from the time you started till where she is now? You know, is there more of a confidence in herself?
Absolutely. So the first week she came in, I think she was a bit like, she had been into that gym before, so she knew the gym. But she was kind of like, I don't really want to do this. So she kept just going on and on with the warm up, and I was like, you can stop now. You can stop now. No, seriously, stop now. And I was like, cutting on. So I was like, we're not doing that again next week. And now, the second week, she's like, oh, I don't know if I can do those. And I was like, you can. And now there's no question. It's just get into it, and we'll ask questions, which is great because I want her to understand the form and why I'm asking her to get in a certain position. But yeah, no, it's doing fabulous and just enjoying that time to herself.
That's good. It's good. I love stuff like that. I love hearing stories. And when you put the post up, you know, I thought this is brilliant. So that's why I wanted to ask her. You know, is there a difference in her confidence from where she was to where she is now? You know, and she said there's
moves better at home. Like 2 young kids, it's hard. Anyone's got kids at home who are young, or even adult or teenagers, because that can be stressful too. Being able to just deal with time out from that and going back into it, and knowing that, you know, everything feels a bit better. You can tackle the problems a lot easier. You can see that coming up.
Her wee me time. You know, that time she's in that gym, she can go in, just switch off and say, right, me time, I can do this or do that and stuff and all, and then just wind down, relax. And as soon as she walked, well, I wouldn't say relaxing, it's far from it, but you know, to her, that's probably, you know, like a therapy sort of thing, so it is. But it's cool to see, you know, that the progression and what she's done. And
well, I just remember, like, when I went into you, Davey, for training, you're like, do this, and I can't do that, I can't do that. And then I did it. I was like, here, I did that. For example, this one here, Chloe, and this goes, hi, Chloe. She goes, I've never done sit-ups before. And I was like, what? And she's like, I guess, well, you're going to be doing plenty tonight.
Here we go.
Not just regular sit-ups, weighted sit-ups, and she didn't do just one, she did 30. And she smashed it out of the park. And I was like, well, you've just done 30 tonight, love, so well done.
See, that's always my old saying was, there's no such thing as can't. There's always, you can.
Yeah.
You know, never go in anywhere with a negative about it.
It's really hard not to, though.
It is hard. But
when you've beat yourself up and you've made excuses, and then you start feeling bad about making those excuses, and it's really hard to stop that wee idiot saying in the back of your head. But once you finally realise that that little idiot voice does not control you, it's just one of those stupid things that we all have. Self-doubt, imposter syndrome, whatever you want to call it. Once you overcome that, once you say, right, you know what, it's me talking now, let's go.
Oh, that's it. I know how the class feel. I'm like that myself. Even walking down the gym sometimes, you know, thinking in my head. But as soon as I walk in that gym, we switches on.
Yeah.
So it is, and that's right. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing and stuff. I still get to this day where people are in the gym, you know, with my earphones on, I think they're sitting looking at you or whatever, or what are they looking at, or they're looking at me and stuff. No, he says it's a terrible thing, so it is. No matter what shape, size, or anything you are, everybody gets it.
Yeah, I think everybody gets
sad
it
thing
because
about it.
we all like to compare or be compared, like compare ourselves to other people, and some people are just not happy that other people are doing well, and that sucks. That sucks big time. I quite happily walk up to someone and give them a compliment. I don't even know them from the next person down the road, but I was like, do you know what? Your hair's looking great today, or can I just say you're rocking that sports outfit or whatever? Because if I feel it, I want to say it, I'll say it.
Yeah, or you walk past and you say hello or something, that's going to make somebody's day. You don't know, they could be walking past having a shitty day or whatever, and then all of a sudden someone goes, hello, good morning, whatever, that's their day up or something.
Yeah,
He's took the time, or she's took her time out to say hello to me. There used to be a wee lady, I remember in Super Value, I haven't seen her in a while, I would like to know where she is or what's happened to her, if she's okay. Every time, she must be his own dad or something, every year, I went to the shop or something, she goes, here son, you've lost no weight again, so let's give you a Mars bar or a wee boost or something.
Oh,
and I always thought, thanks very much and all, you know, I can't eat that or nothing, I didn't tell her that there, I just put it in my pocket and all, I was like, I don't just destroy that boost and all, but what do you do? And she's, you put a wee bit of weight on son and all, and I haven't seen her
was she from Woodlane or this area?
That's where I don't know. She got in the wee red car. But she always seemed to be happy and smiling, so she was, I'd say maybe she's in her 70s, maybe more than that there. But she just said hello and stuff, but it seemed to be every time I was dad and she just came out of nowhere. And she came walking past and...
You little guardian angel?
I pulled a wee boost or a Mars bar out. I used to sit and giggle about that. So I hope she's okay.
Yeah, we have neighbours across the way, Morris and Ruth. They'll probably not be watching this, but God bless, wee Morris hasn't had the last 18 months, 2 years. His health has been bad, and I sit and watch these people go in and out of his house. And I want to go over. I want to go over and check to see if they're both okay. But I feel like I'm not a medical professional. Shouldn't be there. Should I be getting them up, walking to the door to answer?
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to call over and just say, like, I've been thinking about you. Is there anything you can do? Just give me a call. Or just, you know, open the blinds, do like a Morse code or something, and I'll just go, right, that's me, I'm over.
Next week you need Morse code back.
Yeah, I'm not going to need something. That one's for milk, that one's for bread.
3 blinks and a close of a door.
Yeah, it's important that you check in your neighbours and just keep making sure, even on your friends, even if it's just a text every so often, whether they reply or not, it's up to them, but keep checking.
That's it. It's good. So yeah, that's why I like getting to the gym too, socialising. You can go in, you can meet a stranger and you're sitting chatting away or something like that there, you know, and it's all ready to do weights or whatever and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was chatting to a girl called Emma, hi Emma, in the gym yesterday, and we were putting the world to rights.
Oh,
me and mums.
Some of the stuff like me and Cam sit and talk about, like the fucking laughs and the giggles of us, like, so, and as you say, you're putting the word to the right, and afterwards, like, you're going, we did it again, didn't we? There wasn't much training done.
That's probably one of the good things and the bad things about face-to-face training or gym training is other people there. So when you face-to-face train, like, I don't know what you thought about me when I first started training with you. This is going back 6 years. Davey's just quiet, aren't you? He's a quiet man.
Oh yeah, but when
especially at 6 o'clock in the morning. So when he got me,
when I'm quiet, I'm really sort of watching what you're doing and trying to figure out. Most PTs, what I've noticed, goes by a book. It seems to be like a script. And every PT comes in, you watch them online, gyms or anywhere. Their clients, they do the same thing. Their clients day in, day out, repeat the thing. And I was thinking to myself, you know, that's everybody's different. That exercise might work for somebody else. So if I'm sitting being quiet or something, I'm watching and seeing, and I can tell if this exercise isn't working or not working, as we'll tweak it this way or that way and see how that works. And then I would ask how's that feeling stuff and all. You know, then the next client could come along and somebody could say, well, why didn't you do that with her? I said, well, or him, you know, because they're different. Your body reacts to them. You could do a different exercise and they could do that exercise. I don't feel that. Okay, well, let's try this. So most time I'm always thinking, even in the gym doing my own training, so I'm quiet, sitting thinking all, trying to figure things out, work ways around it and all.
I thought he was just a grumpy old sod at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that too.
And then I was always coming off because he wasn't counting properly, let me tell you. I was like, he was like, that's me 10. I was like, that's 12.
Always have to throw a few extra in.
So yes, but a couple of weeks later, he got used to me and we trained well together. In fact, there was a point in my life, obviously before I fell pregnant with Faith, first child, that I thought about doing competitions.
You still could do them. So,
Mum Tum! I don't think there's a category for that.
There is.
A category for Mum Tum.
No, Yummy Mummy.
Yummy Mummy.
Yummy Mummy. No.
I bet all those yummy mummies have got like nice little slimline waist.
Nope.
If I could stand up and do like the Stavros Flatley dance,
You do.
sorted.
You go on to NIFMA.
Yummy mummy.
There's one in November. I think I might do that there. They're doing a
If I
class-
took my
classic
legs,
physique.
then fine. Arms, belly.
But you know in November you get in shape. Challenge for you.
Oh,
You wouldn't do it anyway. You're too scared.
I wouldn't be scared. I'd be scared. I'd be scared of scaring other people.
They were. You can wear like a full bikini suit. You know, cover the belly. You go onto their page and look them up, and you see some of the yummy mummies. Like some of the women are probably don't even just really put much prep into it. They're just going up there for themselves to get a bit of confidence and stuff. So it's
Something for everyone to think about.
you know, it is. It's good. So it is. And
If I sign up for the challenge, who on here is going to join me? I got a Mum Tum.
there you go.
Even
There's
though-
your plans.
yeah.
Put it out there. I tell you are out there.
Davey will help us work out the program specifically.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to pose and stuff and all. And it's not really much major, but
Is it like this one? Like the Hulk?
no, you just want nothing is more.
I'm not taking the piss. I actually just generally don't know.
to do with fitness. So it is. It's recently brought in the classic physique one. I've never done it and I never won it, so that's why I'm trying the idea and doing it in November. It's in Belfast, so it is.
Where's that at, Belfast? Normally they do it at the Ulster Hall, is that right?
No, this is in. It's a wee hotel. I can't remember. I was looking up rooms thinking that I'll just book me and Mandy down and stay down there. It's on a Sunday, so it's so you could do that there, and it's an amateur one, and it's good. So it is. Martin and family are just will make you so welcome. It's unreal, like so it is. You wouldn't even, you know, by the time you get up on stage, you wouldn't even thought you'd been up on stage. You know, you're that relaxed and feel comfortable. You know, everybody backstage is helping everybody and all. It's brilliant.
My mind's working. Stephen's going to have to say, he's sitting here watching us going, don't even dare. I'm
Well,
thinking,
what you could do, you could you yourself and your client, you could do that there, and then we could put like a wee prize up for you and your clients. We could maybe do like a wee voucher for maybe, we could see them for like a Elayne supper club or something like that there, or we could chip in or pay a voucher for a restaurant for a meal or something for the family and stuff. You know.
I will have to obviously abstain from as much rubbish processed food as possible, but it is my son's 3rd birthday on Halloween, so I am not going to not have cake, because it's all about the cake.
Well, you could have cake. You know, it's just
make sure. I'm not going to starve myself though.
No, you don't. You don't
For
have
the next
to.
day, like
Yeah.
Okay.
The yummy mummy carry, you don't need to starve yourself. Just go in, get yourself and your clients, and say, right, here's our goals, and just do it between yourselves. Who maybe has the most weight took off, or the best shape, or something like that. There, you know, between just like a goal or something, or who's done the most, or inches or whatever, you know, something like that. There, and, you know, and it's not a full blown show like so where I do like the BNBF and stuff like that there, and it is a good starting point for people wanting to
do you
take
still have
off,
to wear the
huh?
level of fake tan that you wear?
I mean, not for yummy mummy, no. Just a normal coat. It's good stepping stone for anybody out there who's thought about doing stepping on stage, you know, to get a bit of confidence around to think about going on to doing another show, you know, like the BNBF or all them other shows or NABA or stuff like that there. Go and have a go at it. You know, that's where I started off. and I haven't looked back since. So it's definitely worthwhile trying.
I shall have a look into that. Stephen, sorry in advance. Not really, but yes.
She's going to be grumpy.
Grumpy anyway.
But no, you wouldn't need to go into a detailed that what I would be doing. You know, say like there's the bikinis where the belly's covered, and that's just a see on my mummy thing.
Well, there's me thinking I could do part of my posing as the.
You could. I'm sponsored by Annabella, Lucky Pants, and she does bikinis. I don't know if she does a bikini for the on my mummy category, but they're always kind of free, and you can just get like discount out there, or you just go to Marks and Spencers or somewhere and just excuse me, a wee bikini or something. Well, it doesn't have to be. It's just whatever you call them was with the belly covered up or whatever.
Tankinis.
Yeah.
I will have a look. I will see what the people are like and think, could I or would I do that?
But that would make a wee yearly challenge for you though. And with the podcast, like you could document it. With us, you lead up to the show of how you feel, doing like a thing, and then just let people see what way it feels for like a normal person doing a diet leading up, like so your nerves are building up, are you calm, or what way you're thinking about it, what way your mindset is and stuff.
Well, I can tell you now, I will appear confident and maybe a little bit cocky, but that is complete show, because inside everything is like twisting and going over. And see, if I start walking on the stage, that's where my knees go.
Yeah, well. See, everybody says, walking up on stage, you are nervous and stuff. Yes, you are nervous to a certain level, but see, when you're on that stage, you see nobody. The lights are that bright coming down onto you, you don't even see the crowd.
That's alright, I don't look at see me, that's the scary part.
But that's, I suppose some people would enjoy the crowd seeing them, but I'm the type of person where I adore to see all I see the judges. I don't really see the crowd. I'm the opposite. No confidence in myself at all leading up to shows or anything like that there, but as soon as I step on stage, it's just a wee trigger that switches, and that's just my stage. You aren't taking me off the stage. I am dominating it.
That's a good way to be. But it's quite clear that even though we're both into fitness and different, same but different, like I said now, we still have confidence issues on how we like.
Oh, geez, I could pick points out left, right, and centre. But then again, if you had the perfect body, it wouldn't be, fun doing it and stuff like that. There, trying to transform it. That's the whole idea. Of being fitness. You're chasing that perfect physique. And what is the perfect physique? Everybody has their own opinions.
Yeah, maybe. But sometimes for like in the bodybuilding sense, it's perfect physique, because that's what you're marked on.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the fitness journey, I believe, this is my opinion, that it's not just how you look, it's how you feel and where your confidence level is at. And that comes from how your clothes feel, that comes from you knowing that you're putting in the hard work, and whether you recognise it, other people have recognised it, and whilst we all say we can't accept compliments, it's still nice to hear. And showing discipline, dedication, and inspiring others is a big factor to why people continue doing what they're doing, whether that's the main goal, but it's a wee thing in the back of the head that they think about. And
that's what I say to people. Start off with a nice simple goal. Go out to the shop, buy something. If you can't fit in it, or vice versa, if you're wanting to grow into it or whatever, and have that sitting there. I've had a few clients, and they've put on stuff and got their confidence up. It's where I'm the opposite. When I'm dadding, I feel that I don't like it, because I've been skinny.
Yeah.
And coming back down to where I know the level of weight I have to be for stage, it freaks me out a bit. So it does, where in off season when I put the size on, I feel more confident.
That's funny, because whenever I was working with you and getting lean and mean and hating the fact that I was eating fish all the fucking time. So delete that. Hating the fact that I was eating fish a lot. I stripped down and I loved it, because I constantly kept feeling my body and feeling the tightness and seeing that I could fit into clothes that were smaller.
Yeah.
But I looked like a miserable old hag. Like these photographs, I'm just tired, drawn out. I think food became something that I had to put into my system. I wasn't enjoying it. And then when I stopped the diet and put a bit more weight on, and again I didn't put excessive amounts of weight on, so still being active, I got a little bit more, curvier, shall I say, but not like heavy curvy. And I started to enjoy life a bit more. But it's one of those weird situations for me. You love the idea that you're slimmer, you're tighter, you're leaner, you're fitter, but it's a miserable experience if that's all you're doing. It's constantly that, eating what we like to call as rabbit food in the fitness industry or in any sort of conversation. But once you start getting into, like for me now, I don't want to be that skinny again.
Yeah.
But I would want to be tighter.
Tighter, but just a wee bit more.
Yeah, because I always thought my legs were like big chunky thighs, and I was like, oh, you got hockey legs, and I was like, well, yeah, I do. But you see now that I've got big thighs, I just want to get into like, see when people do the wee pose and they got.
Well, again, that's down to your body fat.
Yeah.
That's why I have that at the minute. But everybody says, oh, having a 6-pack or whatever and all doing that there and all, it must be brilliant. It's miserable. It's miserable because they don't see the side of you getting up and eating 6 or 7 meals a day, doing your cardio to maintain what you have, and figuring out everything to keep that balance.
So it's a full-time job.
Yeah, if I was bigger with what I have now, yeah, I would be happy, because then I would do whatever else way come off season. Don't even look at rice or chicken or anything. It's just, oh, I have a McDonald's, I'll have that.
Yeah.
So, but I know, and come a certain time, comes 22 weeks, my head's down, and that's back out again, focus, but it's miserable.
Do you mark off the weeks, and does your mood go, oh, another 21, or like, oh, 1 week down, only 21 to go now?
When you start off, no, it's not, because you're excited.
Yeah.
And you have pictures of yourself. Every morning I wake up, I'll video myself doing my posing routines and stuff like that there. And you see yourself all chunky and blown up and stuff in the first couple of weeks, and you're like, this isn't working. So it is. And then gradually as the weeks come along, you sort of start seeing wee changes and stuff.
Yeah.
And you think, this is brilliant. And that was in our 5 weeks. As it gets closer, with 5 weeks out, now I'm like trying to drag myself out of bed. The energy's gone down, and I'm like, why am I doing this for? I have to eat this here. Plain food, and everything's being brought down more. No flavors.
Like in those last few weeks, do you still see, like there's that, is it changes more subtle, or is it still as drastic?
More subtle. It's just wee details. It's fine, wee details. I've always said, when you wake up in the morning time, take pictures of yourself, because that's what you look like, sort of dehydrated, or sorry, not dehydrated, show day, so sort of thing, because you have your carbs and all that, and you have no food in you.
I look bloated because I need to pee.
Well, you have to bring a bucket on stage.
No, first thing in the morning, like I need to go to the toilet.
First thing in the morning, I will do a pee or whatever, and then before you eat, start doing it, because if you take pictures in the evening time, you've already food in you, so you're running bloated and stuff. So it gives you a rough idea.
And your body just sort of slumps because you're like, God.
But the energy, my energy's gone. Even in work, it's the ones in work around say that they hate seeing me doing this here. I'm just sitting there, I'm sitting like that there, and I'm eating the chicken, or the rice, or the sweet potato, and they're just looking over, and they're. It's just what I've said at the minute. The only time I am enjoying my food is in the morning time when I have my oats with a wee bit of cream of rice in it, with its flavour, and that's really.
Would you ever use those flavour drops from certain brands that I can't name because we're not sponsored?
No.
Why is it always the case that it's 20 or 22 weeks out from the show that people start prepping? Like, why is that the number that everyone starts using? Because I've seen it on a couple of different social media platforms. The people say, 20 weeks out from the show, start prepping, or whatever. Or 20 weeks out from a full
shoot. You could do it longer.
What's recommended?
It's a slow process. So it is, longer is better. If you can do it for a full year or whatever, go for it.
Do you start like being normal with your food and then just taper it off gradually? No. Or do you go straight in for it at the start if you're going for a year and keep that for 365 days?
Well, for a year you could sort of maybe for a couple of months stick strict or whatever,
yeah,
and see what way your body works, and see what way it reacts. Does it come off quickly or does it come off slowly or so on. And then at the weekend you could maybe have that cheat meal or something. With 22 weeks out, and the whole aim of bodybuilding is, when you're dieting, is you want to maintain as much muscle as possible. You don't want to strip that off. You're stripping the fat off. So that's why the slower process. It's impossible to do it 8 weeks. It's 8 or 6 weeks. All these things you hear in friggin' Instagram and all, oh, 6 weeks I look like this and all. Sorry for the language, but it's true. So as you know, I'll get you in this shape in 6 weeks. This was me before and after all. That guy there, or woman there, whoever's done, has probably done, maybe it took years to get into that shape or whatever, and saying, oh, I done this in 6 weeks. No way.
It's easier for anyone in training to lose body fat. And that's great, because for many people who live and die by the scales, it means that when they see the weight coming off, their confidence grows, their ability to take life a bit more fun, not be so down on themselves, goes up, which is fantastic. But body fat not turned, like body fat down, lean muscle down, you're not changing your shape, you're not making yourself the stronger, leaner. So,
and you find any of them anybody who does like a 6 week diet or an 8 week diet, they're absolutely starving themselves and they're putting their health at risk.
No.
So they are. I've always said, if I was training a client, if it was just for health reasons or just to lose a wee bit of weight, 16 weeks would be good enough, just to gradually bring it down, and then try and say, well, okay, we've got this down, we'll go then maybe another 8 weeks or another 6 weeks. But then you got to remember, them 8 weeks or 6 weeks, the 16 weeks before that, they've done their work. So it's just continuing on a wee bit. So
and that's like, I have like programs that range between 6 weeks and 12 weeks. And a lot of people want to try PT for 6 weeks, which is totally fine. But when you work on my program, or programs, whatever way you want to say it, they're tailored so that you are changing the body composition. You may not change your weight massively, but that's entirely fine. I said in my little reel the other day, it's about bringing down the body fat, changing it to leaner muscle, and changing that body composition so you feel sexier in your clothes, feel more confident in your clothes, and don't feel like everything's just sort of digging in you a little bit.
But that's
But it's getting your head around how that doesn't look like a massive loss on the scale, how that doesn't hamper your progress.
But you see, that's why I always told clients, to this day I still do, you see your scales, throw them out to the window.
I don't have a pair of scales, nice.
The only time I would ask to weigh themselves, maybe I wouldn't do it every day. Some people you see them get
once a week.
Yeah, once a week. So it was.
But also for females in that once a week, bear in mind hormonal changes, time of the month, things will fluctuate. So do not be stressing out all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only one way to get data. One way.
That was I was explaining them too. It says put weight on or feel bloated, and I says, well, don't mind me asking, but as Mother Nature came, and I said yes, and I was just trying to be polite, and I said yes, and I said, well, there you go, you're bloated, you're maintaining more water or whatever, and so on.
Hormone levels are fluctuating up and down, so when you're hitting the week before your period, progesterone levels are fluctuating, you're gonna have more cravings. There is a lot of science behind it.
Oh, it's madness. So it is, but I have always worked when we were classes a positive mindset. If I can get into their head and take all that negative stuff away, chuck it away, and make them feel good for what they are, what they look like, not what they want to look like, but what they are now, and have them come walking in that gym, or even walking out to the gym or home round, looking at themselves saying, yeah, I'm good. And no matter what shape or angle you are, and then they'll find that's when everything changes. So it is, that's when their mindset will change, and that's when their body will start changing, or they'll enjoy their food and stuff, and wee simple things and stuff.
I'll let you into a little secret. Not all PTs want to see a client for massive amounts of time, on and off and on and off. Yes, it's good for business in terms of money, but it's not good for you. That's not good for the service that we're providing you. We want to provide you with a service that gets you to where you want to be, when you're ready to be where you want to be. Approaching a haphazard or dipping in, dipping out approach isn't going to get you developing the good habits that you need to develop.
But before we go, I just want to say thank you to Michael and Antonia from Gas and Better Body for putting a wee promotion code together for all our followers. I really do appreciate that there. I was talking to Michael this morning, a wee gift for Michael as well, so
Brilliant.
I'm posting that out to him just for a wee thank you and stuff. I appreciate that. So I do, and I appreciate very help that you are giving us down the line and stuff as well. So yeah,
We're still learning, and we're probably gonna make a heap of mistakes,
oh definitely,
but we're gonna learn from them. So yeah.
yeah. So till the next time,
Bye.
see you all later.